What's going on, guys? It's Crazy Dog here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this guy right here. Now this is a trackball mouse, a wireless trackball mouse, and this was sent in by Elecom. So this is the Elecom DEFT trackball mouse, and if we get right into it here, this is what it looks like. So as far as an unboxing experience is concerned, there's really not a lot in the package, and that's not really a bad thing. In here, of course, we had one battery, we have the USB dongle, and then we do have just a little bit of documentation, and it definitely looks like it's primarily in a different language, but English is in there as well. So the main reason why I actually ended up picking this up is, actually the main reason why I've changed camera angles today also, is in my living room behind me, I find myself actually using my laptop from MSI just a little bit more than I used to. I have a really good buddy of mine, Goku, and whenever we get a chance, we play RuneTerra online, and I find that I really don't want to do that sitting in my chair. I'd rather do that comfy and cozy on my couch in my living room, but I really had no place to interact with a mouse to be able to actually move my hand around and play the game as fast as I could, because there's a timer and different things like that. So when Elecom actually reached out and asked me if I wanted to take a look at their trackball mouse, I jumped on the opportunity because I want to actually spend a little bit more time, both creatively as well as leisurely, in my office on my computer. And having a trackball mouse is actually going to allow me to fully scroll around, not use my trackpad on my laptop and double tap and just not have a great time. Trackpads have their place, don't get me wrong, but for main productivity, they're kind of just a pain. So this guy here allows me to fully utilize a standardized cursor as I would with a traditional mouse, but without needing to move my arm or move my hand or my wrist. The benefits with something like this as well, it's very ergonomic. So my wrist primarily is actually at a little bit of an angle compared to what it would be with a traditional mouse where I'm kind of top down grasping it. I'm rotating my hand just a little bit more. We've got all of the clicks are right here on the side, as well as a scroll wheel right here as well. So all of that allows me to do everything that I would need to do. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons on it. And it also has a little tiny space on the underside here for if you're on the go, you can just reach in and you can pull out the little USB dongle. And this makes it very, very portable as well. Now, I have used this. I put it back in the package for the purpose of kind of showing you guys what to expect if you were to pick up one of these, and the links, by the way, will be in the video description below if you want to pick one up or even just learn more about it. But I've been using this, I would say, for maybe about a week. I haven't run into any battery issues. The one supplied battery, and I mean, by all means, supplied batteries are never great. It's not like an Energizer or a Duracell. But the supplied battery has been working very, very good so far. I've had no issues with it so far. And the little USB here as well, I don't know if that'll show up on camera or not. It is just a little tiny like nano adapter. So again, this means that when you plug it into your laptop, similar to this right here, you're not gonna have a big bulky piece hanging out where you're gonna run the risk of, let's say, snapping it off in your machine. So all of that I very much enjoy. We are going to move some of this stuff out of frame. I don't even know if it's really in frame. We're gonna Windows Hello this with my fingerprint. And just taking a look on the screen here, maybe I will do like a little bit of a screen recording. Just a second. We are gonna open a browser window because apparently in NVIDIA Shadow Play or whatever you wanna call it now, you can't record just the desktop on a laptop. You have to actually have something open. So we are going to start this recording, and it is also saying that it's only supported in game mode. So I can't really show you guys. We'll change up the angle. We'll get a kind of easier look at the mouse. We'll change it up a little bit, and then we'll give you guys, I guess, some closing thoughts. I get a little sidetracked because honestly, just scrolling this around is like one of the funnest things. It's so precise. I wish I could capture this on screen. Maybe I will kind of externally on this camera because it works so well. Even at its default sensitivity, everything's working great. So let's go ahead, let's change up the camera angle so you guys can get a better look at exactly what I'm doing. And we're gonna do that right now. All right, so here we have the desktop screen and I'm just gonna scroll around a little bit. Now, one thing you guys will find if by chance you've never used a trackball mouse is it does get a little hard to click with your thumb. So I'm so used to clicking, of course, with my index finger. I can do that very quickly. With your thumb, it just takes that extra little step to kind of remember that you're not using this guy here. But other than that, I mean, you get used to it very quickly. I do find that when I use this guy for like a whole evening, I kind of have to get used to a regular mouse again. So for those of you who might be interested in something like this as a leisurely device, like myself, to only use it every once in a while, it will take you a little bit of time to go back and forth between a regular mouse and a trackball mouse. But once you get the hang of it, it's nice and fluid. We're gonna go in and, I mean, we're just opening up really whatever we can to show you guys the navigation. Now, these buttons here on the mouse, so all the programmable buttons, you can program these, and I actually plan to do a little bit more editing on the laptop side of things, and I'm gonna map those to some of my quick keys when it comes to cutting and splicing and ripple cuts and different things like that to make editing just a little bit easier. But hopefully we were able to translate on video exactly how efficiently you can use a little trackball mouse. Now, this is, I guess, a review in a sense of this trackball mouse because I do really like this one. Of course, it was sent out for the purpose of evaluation, but I had been thinking about a trackball mouse for quite a while myself. I didn't want to make the investment because I didn't know if I would like it. So going and getting a Logitech or something a little bit higher end wasn't really something I was prepared to do. But now that I have this one, I'm so impressed with it that I'm gonna also take a look at some of the other items that this manufacturer has because I really haven't found anything wrong with the way that this one works as of yet. Again, we can see the navigation, it works more than fine. And since I've been doing this small narration, you can see how much easier I've gotten used to the click. So it takes probably about 2-3 minutes. We're gonna hit continue here. I really don't know what Epic Games has asked me to do. It takes a couple of minutes to kind of get used to, but once you do, it's almost second nature, which is fantastic. Now, I am going to give you guys a little bit of a closer look on this guy here. We're gonna change the focus. And again, this is the mouse. This is kind of a close-up. You're gonna see that scroll wheel. You're gonna see all of those buttons. The trackball right here at the top. Almost a telltale sign of trackball mice is the red color. I don't know if that's an industry standard or just something people have sort of become accustomed to. The texture, it's a matte, maybe semi-gloss plastic. Nothing has scuffed off so far. I have had fairly limited exposure to it, but for the most part, it seems pretty durable. And again, when you're holding it, you're gonna be clicking with your thumb, and that's what's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to. Scrolling is actually really fun with my thumb. I don't know why, I just find it very interesting. And again, your trackball, you can change your DPI setting and stuff like that if you want to zoom right across the screen. For me, I don't mind lifting my finger and going for another scroll because the games that I play on my laptop, I tend not to need to move around the screen that often. It is just a skill-based card game. On the bottom here, you're gonna see like some branding, the serial number, different things like that. Let's see if we can get this to focus just a little bit more. And then you have your battery slot here, and this battery slot will house just the one battery. Aside from that, if you are gonna go mobile with this guy, you do have your little micro adapter right here, and that just easily sits right in the bottom. Nice little tactile click, and there you have it. We're gonna get that focus on there again. And that is everything. So that is the DEFT or DEFT mouse. Really enjoy this. Again, links will be in the video description. I think it's worthwhile. I honestly do. If you're going to internet cafes, or even if you're the type of person like me, when I'm playing on my couch and I have my laptop on my lap, I can put this on the arm of the couch and I can just zip right around, like no stress at all. I don't need to worry about investing in a big lap pad. I don't need to worry about taking my primary mouse off my computer, which is over here off frame. I can just use this as a little dedicated solution, and I am exceptionally glad that I tried this. So I think you guys should too. Link and pricing will be in the video description. This is a very, very low cost solution for you guys to jump in the water and test. And I honestly do not think that you will be disappointed in the slightest. Until my next video, guys, my name is Crazy Dog. You guys have been awesome, and we'll catch you all in my next one. Take care.